All right, another big W for Greg Gard on the Wisconsin Badgers. You got to give the man his credit. You got to give the man his credit. He's filling the roster voids very well. I'm liking all the guys he's bringing in, watching their tape. You got Hunter replacing Chucky Hepburn. You got Amos replacing Tyler Wall. You got Tonje in for Store now. And what I like about all three guys that Greg Gard has brought in is they're solid athletes, every single one. And then you look at Hunter and Tonje especially. They're physically solid, and you need strength in this COVID era where the red shirt, the COVID year is still in play. You need age and strength, and Wisconsin's getting that. And John Tonje, 6-year senior, 6'6", 220 pounds. Some guys I've seen in recent years pop off in their 5th and 6th years, do stuff that they've never done their entire career, because some guys just maturate late. And I wouldn't be surprised at all if John Tonje has his best season yet. And looking at his career so far, he improved every single year at Colorado State. In his 4th year there, he averaged 14 points per game, shot nearly 40% from 3, efficient from the field. And then he spent 1 year at Missouri, where he was hampered by a foot injury. I don't think that was a representation of who he is as a player at all. The coach said he's one of our best players in the offseason workouts and the preseason. So I look at what he did in that last season at Colorado State, and I watch his film, and I like what I see. That Missouri year, I'm going to just ignore it, because I saw things on film that, Wisconsin's had exceptional wings and Johnny Davis, AJ Store, but he's better than both guys at certain things in basketball. One, he's a better shooter than each guy. Much more fluid jump shot, much more consistent three-point shooter. And Wisconsin, over the years, we've seen scoring droughts under Greg Gard. Guys have missed a lot of open shots. Especially last season, from February to before the Big Ten tournament, a lot of missed open looks. And it's nice to have a guy who can knock it down on a consistent basis like Tonje. He's a better ball handler than both Johnny and Store. Both Johnny and Store in the college level can get away with not having sophisticated handles because they're more athletic than just about every single opponent. Can get to the mid-range if you're Johnny, or all the way to the hoop for both guys, just relying on raw athleticism. But if you would cut them off, they wouldn't have a smooth counter. And I saw some counters in the film I watched of John Tonje, which I think is very exciting. And this might be a bold prediction. Remember this. If I'm wrong, come back to this video, give me crap. But I would not be stunned at all if Tonje is his best season at Wisconsin and actually has a better pro career in the NBA than both Johnny and Store. I'm not saying he's as good of an athlete. I'm not going to say he's going to put up as many points as both guys did at Wisconsin. But in today's game, you got to be able to shoot and you got to be able to dribble. And neither Store nor Davis, for how athletic they are, can do either at a high level. It's all athleticism. And Tonje, I look at the starting lineup now that Wisconsin had Tonje. You're going to have either Hunter or Freitag starting. You're going to have Klesman at the 2. And then either Tonje or Blackwell. I definitely lean Tonje. Then Amos and Crowell. That's a legit starting lineup. I look at that team on paper, and I think that's a solid starting lineup. And then you're gonna go 9 deep. And every single year, we've heard Greg Gard say, "Hey, I have more minutes, or I have more players and minutes available," and it's never been true. We've had a lot of weak benches in the Greg Gard era, but this year it's gonna be true. This bench is gonna be 100% legit, and AJ Store was a phenomenal talent, freak athlete, 40+ inch vertical. But did he buy into the little things? Rotating, being in the right spot on defense, buying into the team defense principles. Probably not. He was more focused on getting his shots up, getting his points, and ultimately cashing out at Kansas or wherever that check was going to come from. So these guys, I imagine Gard vetted them. That's why Gard took a minute to sign anybody. Not saying that he's going to land the top guys, or Wisconsin has the NIL program to land like a Jeremy Roach or John L. Davis. But these guys, I think, will be much more valuable when it comes to winning than AJ Store was, especially come March. I think if this team, these guys can buy in, I think Wisconsin is going to be really solid next year, and I think they'll be better than they were this last year. And that is all I got for you. Thank you so much for making it to the end of the video. If this is your first year with me, make sure to like and subscribe for more college basketball content. I'll see you next time.